January. Issues about your salary or money will be raised in January. You will hope for a higher salary, but should avoid being too greedy at the beginning of the month, when your demands could risk being turned down, or subject to negotiations which will drag on, in some cases until mid-February, when business picks up. Be equally careful with your family, when tensions will mount, on the 15th. You will try to impose your will and those close to you will put up resistance. So watch out for conflict. You will gain some ground around the 23rd, when you will get your message across more smoothly, but you could be in danger of ending the month feeling very frustrated, on the 30th, as your quest for harmony and desire to calm discussions will be up against emotional manipulation, which will pull the rug from underneath you and cause you some irritation. On the same day, another family could add to the burden and make you feel quite sad. Advice for this month. To get through this rather leaden first month of the year, try to get what happens into perspective and play things down, focusing on time to achieve your goals and put an end to situations which have been getting you down for quite a while. February. Try to communicate as clearly as possible until the 18th, when the sun will favor your exchanges with others and give you a freedom, and originality, of expression, that should make an impression and at the same time, win over those you have to deal with or your admirers. On the 2nd, you will try to develop a closer relationship with those around you by focusing on reason rather than emotions, but will be up against setbacks at home, which will have a cooling effect on the atmosphere, forcing you to slow things down and champ at the bit. Advice for this month. You will feel inspired at the beginning of the month. You will be well on the way to an exit strategy and finding solutions to the problems undermining you. The end of the month looks like being frustrating, on the 23rd, and you will be encouraged to be patient. March. A month that could shake your foundations. You will be strongly advised to hold on tight. While the time around the 3rd looks quite promising and could reveal some excellent opportunities for changing direction completely, take care around the middle of the month, between the 11th and 17th, where you will have to suffer a final round of ammunition from the square aspect between Uranus and Pluto, which has been unsettling you since 2012. Whilst this decan seems to be the target, it still looks very likely that the shockwaves will reach everyone and force society to question everything in great depth. Advice for this month. In order to surf the wave without risk of going under, you will need to accept whatever happens with goodwill. Above all, avoid playing the victim, if you want to turn the situation round to your advantage very soon, if not immediately. April. The sun is going to highlight your love life, and your children, until 20th April. You will sometimes feel like doing your own thing and enjoying life, regardless of the consequences. You can expect to find yourself in an awkward position, due to a lack of means forcing you temporarily back into line, and this will exasperate around the 6th, when you will be inclined to lose your rag. Your phenomenal ambition will have to deal with reality, on the 18th, which will seem determined to upset your plans and want to bring you back down to earth with no regard for your dreams whatsoever. The climate at the end of the month looks more pleasant. You will be delighted with your love life and relationships at work. You will be overwhelmed by your love life and encounters, which will fill you with anticipation. Some won't be immune from the great pleasures of an infatuation, rekindling of the flame or love at first sight, which will enable you to make a good recovery. Advice for this month. You will end this rather upsetting month on a high note and probably in love, or at least reconciled with life. Make the most of this better period to recharge your batteries and love life without hesitation or complications. May. A month when you will really have difficulty in doing what you want. It will be more about rolling up your sleeves and facing those you have to deal with, partners at home and at work, who will cause you trouble and even try to back you into a corner, on the 15th. Try not to dig in your heels with an adversary, who won't let go of the bit and could even try to block your path. You will find it hard to achieve your goals, and your ambitions will probably be stymied by an everyday life that will show resistance and seem to want to slow you down. There will also be disappointments on the family front at the end of the month, which will end up getting you down, if you don't take this month for what it is, a month to forget. Advice for this month. Confrontation and disappointments on the cards. A month for reviving fundamental tensions and conflicts which won't yet have been sorted. However, don't rush things this month, when you won't have everything you need for success. June. This will definitely be the time to relaunch exchanges with others, open up dialogue and keep up your connections with the outside world, including your partner and colleagues. You will finally have the wind in your sails, and you will have the wherewithal and trump cards for boosting your career, giving impetus to your affairs, and even taking some important decisions with the intention of opening things up and resulting in fulfillment. Throughout this month of cloudless skies, more or less, you are going to enjoy some golden opportunities, on the 22nd, to stand out from the crowd, drawing attention to your talents, originality and boldness, which should make a difference. Whatever you do, don't let this golden month pass by without trying to make an impression on hearts and minds, or score points on all fronts and usher in change. Advice for this month. June will be the month for doing what you want and speeding up change. July. The month will start with a fanfare as a happy follow-on from June, which will have made your life much easier. The first week will augur well for your ambitions, and your activities will be bubbling away, on the 1st, 4th and 5th. However, the climate will take a nosedive from the 6th, when the same won't be said for the smooth running of your everyday affairs. You will lack the means to bring the things that tempt you to fruition, and, mainly those born after 18th December, will probably have to trim your sails and suffer a few disappointments, which will probably cast a shadow over the overall picture. Be careful in your negotiations, which won't turn to your advantage, if you provoke your bank manager or creditors, or affect a casual, or insolent, attitude, which will wind them up against you. The end of the month looks quite turbulent. There will be scores to settle in your private life and desires to get under control, if you are to avoid losing your rag in the face of mounting frustration. Advice for this month. A month that will start well and end badly. Try then to make the most of the openings in the first week to be able to face the pressures that follow, without throwing in the towel. August. It will again be those born in the 3rd decan that will take the rap, on 3rd August, and have to draw a line underneath the past, but it won't be painless. You will feel as if someone is trying to clip your wings and keep you in a state of dependency, emotionally and financially, which you will find alienating. Don't go along with it. As for the end of the month, it will plunge you back, on the 21st, into a state of melancholy, which will be difficult to deal with and put behind you. Resist this, while you wait to be able to throw off your shackles without too much damage. Other Sagittarians will enjoy a more summery atmosphere and become infatuated with someone or rekindle the flame, on the 13th and 19th, recovering sufficiently to be able to face the end of the holidays on a high note and on good form. Advice for this month. If you were born after 18th December, you will feel very alone in the world this summer. Be patient until the 26th, when your standing could suddenly rocket upwards. September. It will be at work that people will be waiting to pounce this month. Some of you will be tempted to take refuge in the workplace to escape from a disturbing and troubled atmosphere at home, and they could make the most of a golden opportunity, on the 1st, to advance towards the heights, change job, change tack, and why not kindle the flame with a tall, dark, handsome stranger or a beautiful, enticing female. Anything that will get you away from your everyday routine will be irresistibly attractive, but try not to succumb unreservedly to the songs of the sirens, especially around the 17th, when you won't be immune from disappointment, especially in business matters. Advice for this month. The new term will get off to a flying start. The best things will seem within reach, if you take time to reflect, in order to broaden your horizons and progress upwards without falling into any traps. October. A lot will be asked of you at the beginning of the month, and you will find that you aren't being rewarded in terms of the effort you are putting in. On the 6th, you will currently be spending a lot of time at work, and those close to you could reproach you for your absence, which they will see as desertion. On the 7th, open your eyes fully around the 11th, when an opportunity for growth or success will be within your grasp. There could be a great promotion or a considerable rise to boot. Advice for this month. An auspicious month, especially for those born in the second decan. You will spread your wings on the 11th and 25th, where you can hope for great success, and your popularity ratings will rise spectacularly. Look to your friends and relations for support, and why not fall for someone, on the 25th, as a final act of enjoyment. November. In November, it will be time to take a step back over the past year, to learn lessons from your initiatives, successes and mistakes. While the month will begin on a high note, following on from the previous month, you should be wary in the final week, which doesn't look favorable for anyone. Especially for those born in the first decan, who will feel a need to make choices, maybe break off family ties, in accordance with their determination to avoid any further concessions on essential matters and to respect themselves in all circumstances. Advice for this month. Soon, from your next birthday, you're going to begin a new phase in your development and grow as a person. Don't forget to turn round and look back over what you have established this year, to prepare for rising again from the ashes in full awareness. December. A final month of the year, when the sun will illuminate your sign until the 22nd, giving you a chance to speak out and take over the reins. However, you will find it hard to defend your plans and plead your case. You will be made to feel weird, unrealistic and too greedy. The winds will change from Christmas onwards, and this should enable you to enjoy a relaxing festive break, borne aloft by those supporting you from the shadows. They will demonstrate their affection for you in one way or another. Advice for this month. The beginning of the month will pile on the pressure. You won't be able to paddle your own canoe in your own way. The climate will soften from Christmas onwards, but you should avoid mentioning money at the very end of the month, if you don't want exchanges with others to turn sour. On the 29th,